What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, which today we're going to go ahead and talk about the newest banner, Showdown with the Otherworld's Mightiest. And this is our Summon or Not edition. So if you guys are new to the channel, this is me giving my thoughts on the banner and whether or not it's a banner that basically, you know, because these mainly pertain to the free players, people that can pay on the game. It doesn't really, I mean, if you want to summon, go ahead if you feel like spending the money, but like it mainly pertains to people that are trying to probably save stones. Keep in mind what's coming, right? Because I've talked about it. If you want to see all the upcoming banners that are coming to global in no specific order, because I don't know how they will do things. This is already new. JP didn't have this at this time. JP still doesn't actually have this. So I don't know exactly what they'll do. They may drop, you know, Cooler is supposed to be the next Godly that drops. They may drop him 3 months from now, but bring out another unit like Gogeta next. I don't know. That's probably not going to happen, but I don't know. So I will link that at the end of this video. It'll pop up right on the screen. Go ahead and click it. Make sure you have notifications on the channel because YouTube is being weird as well. And let's go ahead and talk about these. So I'm not going to go into full breakdown mode. I already did a video on that. That'll be another thing I link at the end of this. But I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the banner, encompassing the rates, so on and so forth. So it says you have 4 available SSRs in the banner. Of course, the King Cold, I thought he was probably going to be from Story Mission because he's just bad, but he's an SR from the event, so that's fine. Or from the banner, excuse me. Victory Sealing Super Attack. Super Saiyan Goku, Angel, Super Kaioken. This guy has a ridiculously long name. Cause immense damage to the enemy while sacrificing 7% of his HP. Eyes on the victory. Shoot Kamehameha and Super Kaioken. And I'll also take a look at him and Pikkon post-awakening. I've got their tabs open there. We're not going to go into, like I said, full breakdown. I'm just going to show you guys the cards. So Pikkon, attack plus 60% and all enemies defense minus 20%. Overpower foes with his proud strength to restore peace to the otherworld. Okay. I like how they do these. There's one about Pan, and it's pretty weird. Like the STR Pan, I think. It's like excite your enemies or something like. It's like they always like overly sexualize Pan, and it's like, bro, she's like 12. Calm down. All right. So anyways, Tyrant of the Otherworld. Perfect Cell Angel. Is he an angel if he's in hell? All right, anyways. Attack plus 15% for every key sphere obtained. Transform key into attack and take over the otherworld. And then it's funny because Pikkon's also dead, but fun little tidbit. Every Pikkon in the game is dead. I think every Pikkon in the series is pretty much dead. So they don't bother to call him Angel Pikkon because he's only really ever appeared in the otherworld. But anyways. Transform key into an attack and take over the otherworld. And then Frieza, Hell-Conquering Ambition. Frieza, Final Form Angel. Attack plus 90% when performing a super attack. Great art, by the way. Powers up his super attack to demonstrate how fearful, okay, a heart full of vengeance can be. All of them are very good. Cell is a nuker. Frieza is more consistent. Pikkon is a super sub for STR. And Goku will probably be optimal whenever Gotenks drops. Okay, so looking at their banner, these are the only SSRs available on the banner. So let me go ahead and give you guys insight into how that works. A lot of times they have limited selections on these banners. That basically means you have an improved chance of getting one of these units. So you have on the banner 3 multi-summons you can do. All right, and by the way, I will also link one multi-summon I did. I didn't commentate it, I just did it and recorded it. I was going for Pikkon, so we'll go ahead and look at that at the end of the video. But you have 3 multi-summons you could do for a total of 90 stones, 30 stones each. Each one of them is guaranteed to give you an SSR. 1. Now, when you do those summons that say guaranteed SSR on this banner, on any other banner, understand the very final card is always going to be the featured SSR that you were going to get, or just guaranteed SSR you were going to get. And this is where, so basically if you pull any one before that last one, it means you're getting more than one, by the way. So basically this is where it gets interesting because due to limited selection, there are no other SSRs you could pull, so you're guaranteed to get a featured one. So that's great, right? And then, like I said, you get a discount on the multi-summons and you're guaranteed one of these guys at minimum, okay? Depending on your luck, you can get a freaking multi of like 5 or 6, just depending on your luck. So that's good, right? So everything about the banner looks good. It looks fine. Pikkon and Goku are the true treasures here. Frieza and Cell are decent. The problem is they probably won't fit very well on their mono teams whenever their leaders come out, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter. I guess Cell could probably fit a little better than Frieza would, but neither of them will be optimal. due to lack of awakening. But these two are the main prizes. They're both, like I said, really, really good on their mono teams. I have my, it's pretty funny. I honestly covet the Pikkon more than I covet the Goku. I feel like the Pikkon doesn't have any drawbacks and the Goku does. Not to say that he's better than the Goku, but I feel like the Pikkon's really, really underrated because obviously that's Super Kaioken Goku, the first one in the game, so there's that. There's the whole stigma of that. So we're looking at that, and you see the rates on this, almost 11% currently via DBZ Dokkan stats. So that's good, right? You've got so basically, let's break down what we have. We have 4 new SSRs featured on this banner. I don't know if they'll be featured in other banners or come back later. A lot of times these guaranteed SSRs are kind of exclusive, but they probably will be in other banners. So you can kind of keep that in mind, take that with a grain of salt. So you have that banner with the discounted multis, and you have a guaranteed SSR, 1 at minimum, and all of them are very good. 2 of them are really, really good. So that's what we're looking at there. And then you have the super common King Cold that I think is just total butt cheeks, but he's an SR, so it's fine. So I will go ahead and say that this is a banner worth summoning on, at least probably 1 multi to try your luck at either one of those 2, especially if you have an STR team. Pikkon is a very, 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 very good STR unit. He gets shocking speed and prepared for battle, greatly lowers attack. He has a supreme damage modifier. Go ahead and pull for Pikkon. Super Kaioken will be really good under the physical Gotenks lead, but I prioritize Pikkon primarily right now because he's available to be on the team now. Goku, the best team he could probably be on is under Broly, the physical Broly, which is a 70%. I mean, I guess it's viable, but his leader isn't really out yet. The Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks physical unit is not out on Global yet, and he won't be out for a while, actually. All right, so all of them are Ki Plus leaders, I believe, too. So post-awakening, he gives 2 Ki and 50% to all stats. The 7% stays the same. I actually thought it dropped to 5, but that's fine. He gives 3 Ki as opposed to the 2 previously, and he goes up to 100% instead of the 80%, but he still keeps his 50% or above restriction, which isn't very good. I don't know why they tacked that on there or kept it that way. 30% or above would have been godly, but I mean, they had to limit him somehow, but that's fine. He's not a bad unit. Great unit. 130% Ki multiplier, too. Wow. That's actually really low. Huh. Okay. And then he has the prepare for battle, shocking speed, over in a flash, trifecta. So we have Pikkon here. And you see the medals that they awaken from. They awaken from 3 Gogeta medals, 3 of the Janemba medals, and 24 of the story mission medals. Pikkon gains Fierce Battle, innately becomes the best Pikkon in the game. He has a farmable super attack through the AGL Pikkon event. It comes on AGL Day, which is Monday for global players, Pacific time. Causes supreme damage and greatly lowers the enemy's attack. So a couple of those, people hate on Super Saiyan 4 Goku because he's not as good of a tank as Vegeta, but under one of those with his own defensive improvement through his own super attack, Goku will tank adequately. He will tank just as well. So Pikkon's very good. And he's the first non-Saiyan in the game to get this Saiyan exclusive or previously Saiyan exclusive link. Look at this. There's one green guy in here and a bunch of Super Saiyans and base form guys, but Saiyan's exclusive. So he gets that link. So that allows him to run very well on the team. Shocking speed could have ran You would have had to compensate a little bit. He would have been off rotation. He still probably is off rotation, but he fits really well. He's going right on my team over that slot that I talked about in the previous video that would go to Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta or Gohan, or Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. You're keeping Trunks in there for that GT link. This guy actually does the same thing. He has that 4 Ki with Goku, popping Goku off at being 2 Ki away from a super. So I love Pikkon for that. And of course, we have Frieza. No, that's not Frieza. I was going to say Frieza, but I had to let it out. Of course, it's Cell, the angel, the demonic angel. Like I said, 15% for every Ki sphere obtained. He's got a very viable link set. I'm happy that they gave him shocking speed. I wish that they would have given that to Tech Cell, but of course, back then, that link wasn't given out like freaking, I don't know, hotcakes. Nowadays, it is. It's given to everybody like it's the thing to do. But back then, it was very specific. Of course, they could have still given it to him then. I feel like it was warranted, but I digress. This guy gets it too. He has Nightmare. 90% up when performing a super attack is really good. I'm curious to see if these guys will awaken into either like rebirth units eventually. They could probably change this to being 18%, maybe. It's not far from the course to say that they would do 18%, to be honest. He has a lower key multiplier, but it's not that bad for a nuking unit. Frieza, 135. They added him a little bit higher because he does get the 90% up, but it only is when he performs a super attack. I even think Goku gets his buff whenever he's just innately there. King Cold has to hit the enemy, but he does lower the enemy's attack by 25%. I don't think anybody will be struggling to get this guy because he's not very good, but either way, he's a good link buddy for that Otherworld Warriors. I think Thirst for Conquest. I think he shares like a few links with Frieza. Universe Most Malevolent, Strongest Clan in Space. Those should be links he has. Yeah, they are. So he's a good linking buddy for Frieza and basically Golden Frieza. All three of them, the freaking Frieza trio, all link very well. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Like I said, in a moment, you will see a multi-summon from me. Make sure you have the notifications on for the channel so you guys make sure that you get all the videos because YouTube is being very weird as far as the videos go. I don't know if I'll do a formal summon video. I don't think I will because I've been probably spending a little too much. The stones that I use in the video that you guys are going to see in a minute were actually free in the gems, in my gift box, excuse me. So have an awesome day. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.